Hello friends, welcome to Independent Learning. My name is Raj Shah, and in this video we are continuing with the chapter Parallel Lines. Okay, so we have already done the chapter Basic Concepts in Geometry. Okay, if you are new to this channel, make sure you check that chapter also. Uh, okay, so here we'll start with the chapter Parallel Lines. Now, parallel lines, as we discussed in the previous chapter also, that we represent it like this, two lines like this. Okay, so let's understand what is parallel lines. Okay, so if you have, if you have two lines which are on the same plane, okay, so this is one plane, or you can say plane is also called a surface. So this is one surface or a plane. Okay, on this plane there are two lines. So if there are two lines on a single plane, they are called coplanar. Okay, so if the lines are coplanar, meaning if the lines are on the same plane, then and they do not intersect. Okay, so what does it mean? What is a parallel line? The lines which are coplanar means on the same plane. So I'll write it here. If lines are coplanar and do not Okay, so what is a parallel line? If lines are coplanar and they do not intersect at any point, then it is called parallel lines. And if you extend this also this way or this way, they will not meet each other, means they will not intersect each other. Intersect means meeting at one point. Okay, this is the point of intersection of this line and this line, so this is intersection. And coplanar means on the same plane. Okay, so I have to understand the meaning of the words also, what is coplanar and what is intersection. Okay, let's understand some more concepts based on this. So the first thing, let's draw two lines. First of all, if you consider these two lines, are they parallel? Yeah. Is this parallel? No, it is not parallel. Why? Because if I extend this, it will meet here somewhere at this point, correct? So to understand this further concept, we are taking non-parallel lines, okay, and we are cutting these two lines, okay, with another line. Let's say this is L, this is M, okay, line L, this is line M, and this which is cutting L and M is called line N. Okay, now we'll name these points here. In terms of points, we'll name them A, B, let's say this is C, this is D, this is E, F, G, H. Okay, so I've named them also. Now what are we understanding from this? We are trying to find the types of angles. You might have already done this in your lower standards, the types of angles. We'll see them in detail in this video. So the first one is corresponding angles. So this is the definition, that's not there for us. Okay, so this part, the first part, finding pairs of corresponding angles in pairs. Okay, now if you see from this, What are corresponding angles? It is this angle and this angle, because they are right below each other, they are called corresponding angles. So we can say, instead of naming like this, let's name the angles. Let's name it like this itself. I'll take another marker. Let's name it with A, B, C, D. This is E, F, G, H. Okay. So this angle, okay, this angle, okay, this is A, this angle is B, then this is D, and this is C. Okay, same for these four also. Now let's see what is pairs of corresponding angles in this. We can say A and E. Okay, corresponding means in the same form, so they are coming under each. So A and E. So the first pair, is angle A and angle E. Okay, A and E. We can say C and G also. That is one more pair, angle C and angle G. We can say B and F, and also D and H. So write it, angle B and angle F. The fourth one, D and H. So these are the pairs of, there are four pairs of corresponding angles between two parallel lines, and this, okay, first of all, if these two are the lines, and the line which is cutting these two lines, it is called a transversal. Okay, so when we discuss further, when the lines are taken parallel, you'll understand better. Okay, we are just taken two lines which are not parallel, and we are just trying to find the pairs of corresponding angles. Then there is alternate angles, so there are 3 to 4 types of angles involved, okay, when the lines are there here. So we are looking at the angles, the types of them one by one, and then we'll see the lines when they are parallel, what are the relation between these corresponding angles, alternate angles and all. So watch this video till the end. You will be able to understand each and every concept, okay, about corresponding angles, alternate angles. Okay, so let's continue then. The second one, it is alternate angle. Okay, so alternate angle is, there are two types in this: interior and exterior alternate angle. Now see, you should remember this corresponding angle. For corresponding angle, you should know that it forms like this, ulta F. Okay, ulta F, like this, and this angle. For alternate angle, you can remember a Z. Okay, so let's see, where is this Z formed? Why are we saying that it should be represented by Z? Okay, this you cannot write it in your exam or anywhere else. This is just for your understanding. Okay, that it is alternate angle is represented by Z. So let's see, if you see this angle, angle D and E. So see, angle D is what? This is angle D. Okay, then it comes down, then E starts. So this is E. So these two, okay, the angles here, okay, it forms like a Z. So these two angles are a pair of alternate angle. But interior, it comes under interior, which is angle D and angle E. Sorry. Okay. Can we say any other? We can say for this also. See, this is not looking like Z, but yes, if you shift it like this, it's somewhat like Z. So we can say this is C and this is what? F. So C and F, they are also alternate angle. C and F. Now we took CF and DE as interior alternate angle. Because why we took interior? Because they are interior to these two lines. Means these two are the lines and they are coming inside or between these two lines. That's why it's called interior. Then we'll see what is exterior angle. Exterior alternate angle. I'm sorry. So exterior alternate angle. If you saw DE, so DE, correct? So just exterior for D is B. So we'll say angle B, and same way exterior of E is G. So exterior of D and exterior of E. So that's what we are supposed to write. So B and G. Okay. I hope you understood. Same way C and F, right? So C and F, interior alternate angle. So exterior for C is A and exterior for F is H. So A and H. First one, second one. Okay. So interior alternate angle and exterior alternate angle. I hope it's pretty easy to understand. The third one, we'll see. The third one is says okay, interior angle. So interior angle is, you should think of C. Okay, so a C, the angles in the inside this C is called alternate angle. Okay, so that will be C and E. C and E will form one pair. So this will form one pair of alternate angle. Then D and F. Okay, angle D and angle F, they form another pair of interior angle. Okay, so I hope you have understood corresponding angles. So pairs of corresponding angles. Okay, nothing else is left out. Okay, so corresponding angles, this remember as ulta F. The angles here formed like this. So if I show how to see alternate angle, it will be like this. So A and E. So A, E. Okay, so that's alternate, corresponding angle. Then what is alternate angle? Remember it like Z. Okay, so interior angle you find like Z, and exterior angle just opposite of the interior angle. The exterior of this D is B, and the exterior of E is G. So B, G. Okay, so if you have understood what is interior and exterior alternate angle, then what is interior angle? Think of a C. So CE and DF. So this way and this way, two pairs will be formed. Okay, so now this was for two non-parallel lines. Now we'll discuss with two parallel lines. Okay, if two lines are parallel, then what will be the relation between corresponding angles, the relation between alternate angles and interior angles, meaning the relation between A and E, whether it will be congruent or whether it will be, the sum will be 180 or how. Okay, so we'll be looking at that. Let's see. So let us understand properties of angles when lines are parallel. Okay, so properties of angles when lines are parallel. So we'll discuss corresponding angle, alternate angle and interior angle. Okay, based on when the lines are parallel. So let's see. So if you have okay, so two lines, they are parallel. Okay, let's name them as L and M. Then this is the transversal. So transversal is the line which cuts the line L and M, meaning which cuts two lines, two or more lines. So that is called a transversal. Let's name that as N. Okay. So we'll write it, line L is parallel. So this is how it's represented. Line parallel is represented like this. So line L is parallel to line M. Okay, line L is parallel to line M, and line, so what is the transversal? Line N. So line N is the transversal. Okay, so I hope you've understood. Now we'll understand corresponding angles. Okay, we'll try to find the pairs of corresponding angles and we'll see the relation between the corresponding angles. Okay, then that is the first. The second, alternate. Third, interior. This is represented, this is angle. Okay, so we can write it here. This sign is for angle, so I'll write that, angle. Okay, so now let's see this. Let's say this is A. Same way we'll take them, A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. Okay, now here, earlier we took, when two lines were not parallel, we saw the corresponding angles, alternate angles and interior angles. Now since the lines are parallel, okay, we'll see what are the relation between the corresponding angles. Okay, like for example, angle A. So you know what is corresponding angle, you remember what is F, ulta F, you remember this, right? So alternate angle. Okay, I'll say again, alternate angle, sorry, this is corresponding angle, alternate angle is with Z and this is C. Okay, so this is just for your understanding, I'm repeating it again, you cannot write this in your exam. Okay, this is just for your understanding so that you shouldn't find these concepts difficult. Okay, so I hope you have understood. So now let's see what's corresponding angle. We know what is a corresponding angle, ulta F. So that will be A and E. So angle A and angle E. So these two are the corresponding angles. Now if the lines are parallel, okay, A and E, they are congruent. Okay, then let's see the other one. A and E are congruent. The other corresponding angles, so C and H, that is also congruent. Yes or no? Ulta F, this is becoming like this, right? C and H, this angle and this angle, these two angles are congruent like this, correct? So ulta F or Seedha F, doesn't matter. Okay, so C and H, that is also congruent. Now you should know what is this corresponding angle, they are congruent always. Okay, now these congruent, okay, let's see further. Okay, so now one condition, this condition there exists, that if one of the corresponding angle is congruent, then all the corresponding angles are congruent. Okay, that is angle A and E, if it is congruent, then C and H is congruent, B and F is congruent. So I'll write it, angle B is congruent to angle F, angle D is congruent to angle G. Okay, so that is corresponding angles. So I hope you've understood this. Now This cannot be said like this itself. We cannot say whether these two are congruent or not. We do not know that, first of all. Okay. So, before writing this, there are concepts, I mean, there are theorems based on whether it's congruent or not. Okay. So, if it is congruent, there is a theorem for this, which says that if lines are parallel and there is a transversal, then the corresponding angles are congruent. Okay, there is a theorem based on that. So the theorems based on corresponding angles, alternate angles and interior angles, will be taking it in the next lecture. Okay, so here we are just understanding what is the relation between two corresponding angles, two alternate angles and two interior angles. Okay, I hope it is clear to you what we are learning in this video. Okay, so there are theorems based on this which we will be taking in the next video itself. Okay, so let's see. Now let's see what is alternate angle. So it's represented by Z. That will be given like this. D and E, as you know, Z. So D and E. So the first one, angle D congruent to angle E. And also alternate angles are congruent. Okay. That is, again, there is theorem which is involved in this, which says if the lines are parallel and there is a transversal, then the alternate angles are congruent. So there is a theorem again, okay, which we'll be doing in the next lecture. Then another pair, and also there is a rule which says if one of the alternate angle is congruent, then all the other alternate angles are also congruent. Okay, so let's see, D and E is congruent, then C and F, third B and H, that is exterior alternate angle, correct? So B and H, then the fourth, which is A and G. Why? Because C and F forms an alternate angle, and just exterior to this alternate interior angle, this C and F, it is interior angle. So interior of this is A. Sorry, exterior of C is A, and exterior of F is G. Okay. So A and G, they are also congruent. Okay, so if you are getting confused with exterior angle, you can it's okay if you forget, you can say, discard this, you don't learn this. Only learning corresponding angle and interior alternate angle and interior angles, you'll be able to solve all the sums. Okay, so let's see what is interior angle. So interior angle, it's represented by C, that is C and E, and the relation between C and E is angle C plus angle E is 180 degree, meaning the alternate angles C and E are supplementary. So supplementary means 180 degree. So you can make a note of this. Supplementary is 180 degree and complementary is 90 degree. Okay, supplementary is 180, complementary is 90 degree. Okay, so again, this is again a theorem which is involved. Okay, so angle C plus angle E is equal to 180, means sum of the interior angles is supplementary. Means sum of the interior means addition of the two interior angles is equal to 180 degree. That's what the theorem says. Okay, so that is the first pair. Let's see for the second pair, D and F also. So angle D plus angle F is equal to 180 degree. Okay, so I hope you have understood this. Now whatever we have discussed here, we'll write it in terms of rules. Let us combine whatever you have studied till now. Okay, so we'll write that under rule. So rule number 1. Okay, this is unrelated, not related with what we studied, but it's easily understandable. If two lines intersect, okay, then the lines, sorry, the angles formed, see these two opposite angles, they are congruent. Or if you say this E and F, so what we can say, if lines intersect, okay, if the lines intersect, then okay, then opposite angles are congruent. Okay, that is E and F is congruent and A and B is also congruent. So you can, for this you can write angle A is congruent to angle B and angle E is congruent to angle F. Okay, so that is when two lines intersect. Now the second rule, which says, okay, angles in a linear pair are supplementary. This means if you have a straight line, okay, and this line, see this full sum, the whole sum of this is 180-degree, but if I divide this, okay, this now is divided into two parts. Let's say this is x and this is y, correct? So it's divided into x and y, correct? Therefore, what is angles in linear pair? X and y, they are angles in a linear. So linear means straight, okay? In a straight line, there are two angles which are formed. So angles in a linear pair are supplementary. So we can say x plus y equal to 180 degree, because supplementary means 180. So angles in a linear pair is supplementary, means x plus y is 180 degree. Okay, then if I say, if I have this again and there are three divisions, see 1, 2 and 3. Let's say this is x, this is y and this is z. So if there are three divisions, we can again say by angles in linear pair, we can say that x plus y plus z equal to 180 degree. So there is no specific number of angles, it is just that the angles here, whichever is there above the line or below the line, okay, like say, let's say if I divide it like this, let's say this is A and this is B for this line below, so I can say for this below one, we can say that angle A plus angle B is 180. Okay, so this is what angles in linear pair is. Whatever angles are there in a line like this, any number of divisions, the sum of them is 180 degree, meaning supplementary. Okay, so that is angles in linear pair. Let's see the third condition now. Now this is corresponding angles are congruent. Corresponding angles are congruent. Okay, corresponding angles are congruent, and if one corresponding angle is congruent, okay, that is one, and just after this corresponding angles, you know that it is congruent, and also we can say if any one pair of corresponding angle is congruent, then all the other pairs are also congruent. So if one corresponding angle, or you can say one pair of corresponding angle is congruent, then all pairs are congruent. Okay, so that is all about corresponding angles. Let's see for alternate angles are congruent. Okay, same for this also, same for alternate angles also. If one pair of alternate angle is congruent, then all pairs are congruent. Therefore, we'll write that. And if one pair of alternate angle is congruent, then all pairs are congruent. Okay, so this, then the next one, the last one, which we said, okay, this is all for when the lines are parallel. Okay, for all this is all for lines which when they are parallel and there is a transversal for the corresponding angles and alternate angles. Okay, if the lines are not parallel, then the angles, the corresponding angles will never be congruent, or the alternate angles will not be congruent, or the interior angles will not be supplementary. So for the corresponding angles or the alternate angles to be congruent, the lines have to be parallel. Okay, therefore let's discuss the last one, which is interior angles. Okay, so interior angles is what? Let's see. And oh, sorry, interior angles are supplementary. Okay, so interior angles are supplementary. Therefore that means if any one, okay, same way like this, if any one pair of interior angle is supplementary, then the other pair is also supplementary, same like this. Okay, so let's write it. If one pair of interior angle is supplementary, okay, if one pair of interior angle is supplementary, then other pair is also, then other pair is also supplementary. Okay, so this is what it is. You need to remember these 5 rules in order to solve each and every sum of your exercise or the practice set. Okay, now let's take questions based on these concepts, okay, and try to find solution for it. So here are some questions. So let's see the first question now. It says that line RP and line MS parallel and DK is the transversal. Okay, then DHP is 85 degree. Okay, so this angle is given as 85 degree and we have to find RHD, then PHG, which is this angle, then HGS, this, and MGK. So MG and K. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 angles we have to find. Okay. So let's see how we do. Now you already know how to. You remember all the rules which we discussed. Okay, just now. Those 5 rules, that angles in a linear pair and vertically opposite angles are congruent, then also what is corresponding angle, that corresponding angles are congruent, then interior angles are supplementary. Okay, some of the interior angles are supplementary, then alternate angles are congruent. Okay, so we have done the proofs of this. Okay, we will be doing proofs of this in the next video. Okay, so now let's see, let's apply those rules and find out the solution for this. Let's see how to find. So let's find any of these, or you can say DHP and HGS. See, if I tell you orally right now, you can find RHD using angles in linear pair, correct? Or you can find DHP and GHP or PHG. So these 2 angles, okay, are also in linear pair, so you can find this also, correct? Or to find this, after finding RHD, you can say that vertically opposite angles are congruent, therefore this RHD is congruent to PHG, correct? So we can say that. Then after finding this angle, we can say that this angle and this angle, they are forming an interior angle, and you know that interior angles ka sum is supplementary. Okay, so you can find this also, this angle, with the help of that. Then this angle MGK will be vertically opposite angle to this, correct? Therefore this angle will be same as this angle. Okay, so you can use any of the rule which you know as per the corresponding angle, or whether it's alternate angle. Okay, we can say after finding RHD, we can find RHG, which is this angle. Okay, and then we can find HGS using alternate angles. So there is no particularly a specific way to solve this. You can use any rule, okay, which is valid enough, okay, to solve or find the angles. Okay, so let's see them. Let's solve them. So RHD, we need to find RHD. Now we'll say angle RHD plus angle, okay, DHP is equal to 180 degree, correct? Why? The reason for this will be linear pair angle or angles in linear pair. So we'll say angles in linear pair, correct? Now angle RHD plus DHP is 85, so substitute that, equal to 180. Therefore angle RHD equal to 180 minus 85 degree, okay, equal to 95, correct? So we get RHD as 95, correct? So let's write that. I'll write it with blue marker. This is 95. Now you know that this angle is 95, so this will also be 95. Why? Because vertically opposite angle. Yes or no? So we can say now angle RHD is congruent to angle PHG, okay, PH and G, okay. The reason for this will be, you know that it's vertically, okay, I want you to complete this, vertically opposite angles, okay. Then so therefore RHD is 95, therefore PHG will also be 95. So we'll say PHG is 95 degree, correct? Now what are we supposed to find? We have got PHG also. Now can we say HGS plus PHG, because these two angles, as discussed, we said that these two are interior angles. Therefore we'll say angle PHG plus HGS equal to 180 degree. Why? Because interior angles are supplementary. So we can say interior angles theorem, or we can say sum of interior angles are supplementary. So I'll say interior angles are supplementary. See, you can write the heading of the theorem, or you can write the theorem itself, the statement of the theorem itself, which says that if two lines are parallel, then the interior angles, sorry, the sum of the interior angles is supplementary. So you can write that, or you can directly say interior angles are supplementary in short, or you can say interior angles theorem. Okay, so that can be the reason for this. Therefore we can find, we'll substitute now. We have PHG we have as 95, so we'll substitute 95 plus HGS equal to 180. Therefore, HGS 95 goes on the right hand side, so it becomes 180 minus 95, which is equal to 85. Correct? So HGS, this angle is 85, and this which we found is 95. Okay. Now we need to find MGK. Therefore, to find MGK, MGK is congruent to HGS. Correct? Why? Because vertically opposite angle. Therefore, HGS. The reason for this, vertically opposite angle. Okay. Therefore, angle MGK is equal to HGS is 85. Therefore, MGK will be 85 also. Okay. So I hope you have understood this. We found all the four angles. This was also 85. Okay. So we'll take another question. So here it says that sides of angle PQR. So angle PQ, this is PQR and this is XYZ. Okay. Now it says that sides of PQR and XYZ are parallel. That means PQ is parallel to XY and QR is parallel to YZ. Why? Because the sides of the angles, so there are two sides of each angle. Of angle PQR, side PQ and QR are the two sides. Then for angle XYZ, there are XY and YZ are the two sides, and the two sides are parallel of both the angles. Therefore, this can be written. Therefore, and we have to prove that PQR, okay, this angle and this angle, they are congruent. We need to prove. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll make a construction here. Okay. You make a construction extending YZ meeting at A. Okay. It meets PQ at A such that AZ is parallel to QR. So let's write it first. Construction says that extend YZ extend YZ cutting PQ at A, such that AZ is parallel to QR. So what we did, we just extended YZ. YZ is parallel to QR is already given to us. We just drew point A on PQ such that AZ, so the extended line is also parallel to QR. That's what we said in the construction. Okay, so let's see the proof now. I'll erase this first. The proof says, okay, so we have constructed this. Now we can say that PA and XY, sorry, this, let's remove this. Okay, now PA and XY are parallel because PQ is parallel to XY. That means PA is also parallel to XY because PA and PQ, they represent the same line. Correct? Therefore, we'll say PA parallel to XY. Correct? And AY okay. So we say PA and XY are parallel and AY is the transversal. So we get a figure something like this. Okay, if we extend this, this is A, this point is Y, and this is X, and this is P. Okay, so it feels like these two are the parallel lines. PA and XY are parallel, and there is a transversal here, AY. So can we say that, okay, this is Y, this point is Y. So can we say that this angle and this angle are congruent? Why? Because corresponding angles theorem. Therefore, we can say angle PAY is congruent to angle XYZ. Correct? PAY is congruent to XYZ. Yes or no? Why? Because corresponding angles are congruent. So these two angles are congruent, or I'll represent it as 0 because you might get confused with this X. So these two angles are congruent. We'll say corresponding angles theorem. Correct? Now using this, now can we say that AZ and QR, okay, let's write that, AZ parallel to QR. Why? Because this is another pair of side, AZ or YZ, it is the same. Okay, AZ or YZ as per construction. So AZ and QR are parallel, and we can take AQ as the transversal, or you can say QP as the transversal. Correct? So this forms like this. Okay, this is A, this is P, this is Q, and this Z, and this is R. So in this, AZ and QR are parallel, and PQ or QP is the transversal. So can we say this and this, they are congruent? Correct? Therefore, angle PAY, so PAY, which is this angle, and this angle, which is PQR, PAY is congruent to PQR. Correct? Again, what is the reason for this? Corresponding angle. Same way, right? Corresponding angle here also. Therefore, okay, you can write that reason, corresponding angle theorem. Okay. Now, PAY is congruent to XYZ and PAY is congruent to PQR. Therefore, name this as 1 and 2. Therefore, we can say that angle XYZ is congruent to angle PQR. How? From 1 and 2. Okay. So this is how you get that from this PAY is same as XYZ, means congruent, and PAY is also congruent to PQR. That means XYZ and PQR are congruent. So we write that. Okay. So I hope you have understood these two questions. We'll take one more question now. Okay, and we'll end the topic here. This is another question. Okay, which says that we P, okay, line L and M. Sorry, this is P and Q, line P and Q are parallel, and line L and M are its transversals. Okay, and we have to find A, B, C and D. Okay, so I want you to look at this diagram properly, and if you see, P and Q are parallel and L and M are not parallel. Okay, they are transversals. Okay, so don't try to apply B and D are forming corresponding angle. Okay, you cannot apply that because L and M are not parallel. We need to have a parallel line before. Okay, so let's see how we do this. First of all, let's name this as E equal to 110 degree, and this 115, let this be EF, this be G, and this be H. So this is angle E, this is angle F, this is 115 is angle G, and then this angle is H. Okay, so we have to find A, B, C, D. Okay, so let's see how we find. Now for finding A, we know, see, this is A, this is E. So A and E, they are forming a linear pair, correct? Like this is P, right? This line is P, which is coming from here. But A and E, they are forming a linear pair. Therefore, we can say angle A. Okay. Solution. Okay. Then we say angle A plus angle E equal to 180 degree. Why? Because angles in linear pair, correct? Therefore, now you know AE is 110, so angle A plus 110 equal to 180. Take the 110 that side, so you get angle A is 180 minus 110. Okay, that is 70. So we have got angle A, which is 70 degree. Now again, you cannot say angle A and C, they are forming interior angle. Why? Yeah, they are forming interior angle, but their sum will not be 180 degree. If you remember, when two lines are parallel and when two lines are not parallel, there is a difference between corresponding angles, alternate angles, and interior angles. Okay? So when the two lines are not parallel, you cannot say that sum of the interior angles is supplementary. When the lines are parallel, then only we can say that the interior angles, the sum of the interior angles are supplementary. Okay, so we discussed that also when we took two parallel lines, and then after that we saw first we took two non-parallel lines, and then we saw with two parallel lines. Okay, what were the conditions? So angle A we have got as 70 degree. Now we have to find C, B and D. Okay, now if you see P and Q, they are parallel. Can we say angle E and F form an interior angle? Why? If you see, this is like this. It looks like this, and so this is E and this is F. Okay, these two lines. Okay, these two lines are parallel, which is P and Q. So P and Q are parallel, and L is the transversal. So if I name this L, this is Q and this is P, correct? So PQ is parallel, P and Q are parallel, and line L is the transversal. So we can see that E and F are interior angle and their sum will be equal to 180 degree. Therefore, we'll say angle E, okay, angle E plus angle F equal to 180 degree. Now your question will be, why are we finding F? We have to find B, right? Why are we finding F? So let me tell you, to find B, first we'll have F. If we are able to find F by vertically opposite angle, which is congruent, we can say that angle B is same as angle F. So we'll find F first, the angle F, and then we can find about angle B. Okay, so I hope you are understanding this. If you have understood how to solve this, I want you to solve it on your own and then cross check with what I'm showing. Okay, so let's see. So here angle E is given to us 110. So 110 plus angle F is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, angle F is equal to 180 minus 110, which is 70. Okay, so this is also 70 angle F. Therefore, can we say that angle F is congruent to angle B? Why? What is the reason for this? Vertically opposite angle. You remember what is vertically opposite angle? If you have a cut like this, if you have two lines, then the opposite angles like this are congruent, and also this and this, they are also congruent. So this and this we do not require, so we are not taking that, but these two are congruent, therefore we say F and B are congruent. Okay, so I'm trying to show each and every part in which we are getting the congruent terms or interior angle terms. Okay, so I hope you are understanding. I'm just selecting certain parts and showing what we have taken, what we are taking in this sum. Okay, so I hope you are understanding it pretty well. F and B congruent, reason vertically opposite angle. Okay, now F is 70 we have found, therefore we'll say angle B is also 70 degree. So A is being found, B is being found also. Let's see for C and D. Now if you see G and H, they are G and D, sorry, G and D are forming angles in linear pair, so we'll say angle G, okay, angle G plus angle B equal to 180 degree. Reason for this, angles in linear pair. Okay, I want you to complete this, the reason. Don't write this in shortcut like this vertically opposite angle, you are supposed to write it fully. Okay, then G and D, right? So G is 115 given, so 115 plus angle D equal to 180, right? Therefore angle D is 180, 115 goes that side, so what do we get? 65, correct? Now after finding D, so D is done, we have to find C. But before finding C, we need to find H also. Yes or no? So, can we say H and D, they are congruent? Or can we say G and C are congruent? If you think about this. See, this is P, this is Q, and this line is M. Okay, if you ignore line L, okay, out of this. So C is this angle and G is this angle, and if you see P and Q are parallel and M is the transversal, correct? So we can say that C and G, they are congruent. Yes or no? Therefore we'll say angle C is congruent to angle G. Reason for this, corresponding angle. Corresponding angles test or theorem. Okay, therefore angle C is same as G, which is 115. Okay, so I hope you have understood. Angle A is this 70, angle B again 70, angle D is 65, and C is 115. So we have found all the values. Okay, so I hope you have understood this sum also. And with this we end this topic here. Now in the next video we'll see the theorems of all the rules which we applied in this. Okay, we talked about corresponding angle, interior angle, if they are congruent. Okay, when are they congruent? When the two lines are parallel. We saw all that, and now after seeing this, we'll be learning theorems based on that. We'll be seeing the proofs of that, meaning how are we going to prove that corresponding angles are congruent? Why is that so? Okay, so we are going to prove those theorems, okay, or we are going to prove those rules in the form of theorems. Okay, so I hope you have understood this topic, and if you have understood it, Make sure you share it with your friends. Okay, thank you for watching.